Scary, hairy Gary here with some semi-domesticated home tips. So, what do? You've got some really yummy but extremely hard nuts you need to crack. And you don't have a nutcracker. Well, guys, girls, and everybody else, there's a solution. So, before there were tools, there were rocks. And I think I have a really close affinity to that era because I'm not sure if I'm fully evolved like everybody else, but I love to use rocks myself. I love everything about rocks. So we're going to teach you how to crack these nuts using rocks. You know, this is a lost art from the caveman days. Well, the first thing you want to make sure that you don't do is, you want a good, nice little cutting board here to diffuse the energy that's going to occur when you crush one rock onto the nut, which is on top of the other rock. The last thing you want to do is do it here like this, bam, on top of it's brand new granite. That's a sure ticket to the doghouse at best. So keep that in mind. So we're going to go over to a better situation where we have a rustic table, and that is going to be over here. Rustic is good because in case you miss, all you do is improve the aesthetics of the table by making it even more rustic. So somehow I have to set up the camera for this. You want to be my camera person? No? All right, we'll set that up somehow. And we'll crack some nuts. First thing we should do here is talk about what kind of nuts are we cracking. The first nut that we're cracking is a macadamia nut. And these are just notoriously difficult to crack. They're extremely hard. The round shape is so strong, the spear shape. So it takes quite a bit to crack this nut. Okay, and then the other one, which is very similar in its degree of difficulty, is the little mini coconut. This is a Jubea chilensis seed, and inside of it there is a beautiful, delicious bit of coconut that's extremely hard to get to. So we're going to try to get to that right now. All right, everybody, here we go. Macadamia nut, Chilean wine palm nut. Two extremely difficult nuts to crack. Let me show you how I do it, and I'm sure there were very many cavemen before me who did the same thing. You're gonna wanna, you got your rustic table, you can make it even more rustic, no big deal. You don't wanna do it on that brand new granite countertop, especially on the corner where it overhangs. Bad idea. All right, so here is your base rock. It's gonna be a nice big rock. Ideally, you'll find a rock that has an indentation on it, just a little bit smaller than the nut. I might have an assistant here with this project. I'm gonna clean it out. I had some nut residue in there before. Got to clean out your nut residue. So then, next thing you wanna do is put your nut in there. Bam, see that? It's a little harder if it doesn't have a nice little depression. So you put your nut in there, get your other rock. This is how they did it back in the day. Whoa, look at that. Stuff's flying everywhere. All right, we're getting somewhere. See, look at how thick the cell wall is on this nut, the seed wall. Okay. All right, but we're not gonna be able to get that nut out. See, there's a nut inside there. It's not coming out yet. So it's also nice to get these nuts when they're kind of loose in the cavity. You can hear them rattling around. Here, get close. Hear the rattle? Yeah. So if they're not doing that, then it's going to be even harder to get your nuts out. So one more crack. Bam, bam, bam. This might disturb some people in the home, so you don't want to be doing this when people are sleeping or trying to watch a movie or just meditating. All right, we're getting it done. It's happening. Look at that. Now look at that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful nut right there. So at the ranch, I have a specific world's best nutcracker. I'll make a video on that thing. I bought it from an old man like in Louisiana who custom built these things, and he had it on the internet. And it's the greatest thing ever, but he did tell me that he was retiring. He's like a real old dude. I got the last nutcracker that he made. It's amazing. I wish I could get 2 more, but it's the only one out there as far as I know. I'll have to look on the internet. But until then, I mean, you cannot crack this with a little nutcracker. There's no way. So you need something pretty serious. All right, there's your macadamia nut. Now let's try a really big Chilean wine palm nut right there. That's going to yield some coconut on the inside. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. The whole idea is to crack the nut so that, crack the shell in such a way as to not destroy the nut on the inside. You want to get that nut out completely intact. People like to see intact nuts. They don't want crushed nuts. Nobody likes crushed nuts. Here's an intact, perfectly shaped Chilean wine palm nut. And you know, you want to have a little something to clean up your mess with, otherwise you might get yelled at. You don't want that. So you got to keep things nice and happy around the household. And there you go. There is your Chilean wine palm nut and your macadamia nut. Extremely tough nuts to crack. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and eat them on camera. Oh wow. It's so good. So good. This is completely different. This is gonna be a really intense coconut. This is a smoother nut, but crunchy. Coconut. Oh yeah. Both of these nuts, my favorite thing to do of all, for a tip for you guys, is, and even almonds, but especially these nuts, is you crack a bunch of them, and you get chocolate chips. And you get about maybe 1/3 chocolate chips and 2/3 nuts, and mix them all up. It's by far the best dessert you'll ever have. You'll never need to go buy anything else ever again. So there you go. That's how you crack your nuts.